Tonight, the heavens put on a breathtaking show as the blood moon captivates sky watchers across the world. During a total lunar eclipse, Earth's shadow transforms the moon into a glowing orb of fiery red, sparking awe, wonder, and centuries of myth. Some see it as a natural marvel of astronomy, while others view it as a powerful omen written in the stars. From ancient prophecies to modern telescopes, the blood moon continues to fascinate and mystify humanity. Join us as we explore the science, the legends, and the beauty behind this rare celestial event lighting up the night sky. Few celestial spectacles capture the imagination like a blood moon. When the Earth, Sun, and Moon align in perfect harmony during a total lunar eclipse, the moon transforms from its familiar silvery glow into a deep coppery red. For a few hours, the night sky is painted with mystery, awe, and symbolism. Around the world, people gather on rooftops, in open fields, and near observatories, gazing upward as the heavens perform one of their most dramatic shows. But beyond its striking beauty lies a fascinating blend of astronomy, mythology, and cultural interpretation. To some, the blood moon is simply the result of light refraction through Earth's atmosphere. To others, it is an omen, a prophecy, or a sign of transformation. And for modern sky watchers, it is both a scientific marvel and a reminder of humanity's timeless bond with the cosmos. This essay will explore the science behind the blood moon, the myths and legends it has inspired across cultures, the spiritual meanings attached to it, and why it continues to captivate us in the modern world. The science behind the blood moon. To understand why the moon turns red during a lunar eclipse, we must look at how light behaves when Earth casts its shadow. A lunar eclipse occurs when the Sun, Earth, and Moon align in such a way that the Earth blocks sunlight from reaching the moon. But rather than disappearing into total darkness, the moon glows in shades of red, orange, or copper. This happens because of a phenomenon called Rayleigh scattering. When sunlight passes through Earth's atmosphere, shorter wavelengths of light, blue and violet, scatter in all directions, while longer wavelengths, red and orange, bend and pass through more directly. This filtered red light is projected onto the moon, bathing it in its fiery glow. In simple terms, Earth's atmosphere acts like a lens. Sunlight bends around Earth and continues into space. The reddish hues that survive the filtering process paint the moon during totality. The exact shade of red depends on atmospheric conditions. If there are volcanic eruptions, wildfires, or heavy dust in the air, the moon may appear darker, sometimes almost brown or brick-colored. Conversely, with clear air, the red is vivid and bright. Astronomers categorize the depth of a lunar eclipse using the Danjon scale, ranging from 0, very dark, almost invisible moon, 1 to 2, reddish-brown or rust-colored, 3 to 4, bright copper to fiery orange-red. This explains why no two blood moons look exactly the same. They are painted by the atmosphere of Earth at that moment. A global sky-watching phenomenon. Every time a blood moon occurs, millions of people pause their nightly routines to look up. Unlike solar eclipses, which require safety glasses and occur over limited geographic areas, lunar eclipses are safe to watch with the naked eye and visible to anyone on the nighttime side of Earth. Social media floods with images as photographers, both amateur and professional, capture the moon's progression through shadow and light. Astronomical societies often host public events, setting up telescopes in parks to invite people to witness the wonder. Families step outside their homes. Children make wishes. Poets and storytellers find new metaphors. It is not just a scientific event. It is a shared global experience of wonder. Myths and legends of the blood moon. Long before astronomy explained the phenomenon, cultures across the world developed myths to interpret the blood moon. The sudden transformation of the moon's color was too striking to go unnoticed, and so it became woven into stories of gods, demons, and cosmic battles. 1. Mesopotamia, the king's double. In ancient Mesopotamia, a lunar eclipse was seen as a direct attack on the king. The moon was linked to divine authority, and a blood moon suggested danger or ill fate. To protect the ruler, a ritual was performed where a temporary king, a substitute, was appointed during the eclipse. This person absorbed the bad luck, while the real king stayed hidden until the threat had passed. 2. Norse mythology, the wolf's hunt. The Norse believed that two wolves, Skoll and Hati, chased the sun and the moon across the sky. When the moon turned red, it was said that Hati had caught and wounded it. If the moon disappeared entirely, it was believed the end of the world, Ragnarok, was near. 3. Chinese traditions, the dragon's feast. In ancient China, a lunar eclipse was seen as a celestial dragon devouring the moon. Communities would bang drums, fire cannons, or make loud noises to scare the dragon away and free the moon from its grasp. 4. The Americas, blood and war. Among the Inca, a red moon symbolized the moon being attacked by a jaguar. To ward off danger, they would make noise to frighten it away. The Aztecs saw a blood moon as a warning of destruction or death, often tied to battles and sacrifices. Some Native American tribes also believed it was a sign of upheaval, famine, or great change. 5. Biblical and apocalyptic meanings. In Christian tradition, blood moons have been associated with apocalyptic prophecy. Passages in the book of Joel and Revelation describe the moon turning to blood as a sign of the day of the Lord. In modern times, some religious leaders have linked tetrads, series of 4 consecutive blood moons, to prophetic events, fueling speculation and fascination. Across cultures, a common theme emerges. The blood moon is never neutral. It is a sign of change, whether of danger, renewal, or transformation. Spiritual symbolism of the blood moon. Even in today's world of telescopes and astrophysics, the blood moon carries symbolic meaning. Many spiritual traditions interpret lunar eclipses as moments of release, reflection, and rebirth. Cycles of transformation. The moon itself is a symbol of cycles, waxing, waning, disappearing, and returning. When it turns red, it is often seen as a symbolic death and rebirth of the moon, mirroring the human journey of endings and new beginnings. Shadow and self. Since the moon is eclipsed by Earth's shadow, some interpret it as a time when hidden truths, suppressed emotions, or unacknowledged aspects of the self come to the surface. In this sense, the blood moon becomes a mirror for inner work. Heightened energy. In astrology, lunar eclipses are said to intensify emotions and amplify energy. A blood moon, with its fiery red hue, is associated with passion, urgency, and dramatic change. Collective connection. Because millions of people witness it simultaneously, the blood moon is also seen as a collective event, a cosmic reminder of shared humanity under the same sky. Whether one views these meanings as symbolic, spiritual, or purely poetic, the blood moon undeniably stirs reflection and contemplation. Blood moons in history and prophecy. The blood moon has not only been a source of myths, but also a marker of history. Several key events have coincided with lunar eclipses, further fueling their aura of significance. 1504, Christopher Columbus in Jamaica. Stranded and desperate, Columbus used his knowledge of an upcoming lunar eclipse to frighten the native people. He claimed that his Christian God would make the moon angry if they did not continue to supply food. When the moon turned red as predicted, the people complied, convinced of his supernatural power. Modern blood moon prophecies. In 2014 to 2015, a rare tetrad of 4 blood moons coincided with Jewish festivals. Some preachers declared it a prophetic sign tied to Israel and world events. While nothing apocalyptic occurred, the media coverage drew global attention to the phenomenon. History shows that the blood moon is not only a spectacle, but also a tool of persuasion, prophecy, and cultural storytelling. Why the blood moon still captivates us. In an age where we can send probes to other planets and simulate the universe with computers, why does the blood moon still captivate us? The answer lies in a combination of psychology, aesthetics, and timeless wonder. The power of color. The color red is emotionally charged. It is associated with blood, fire, passion, and danger. To see the moon, usually pale and calm, suddenly painted in red is a striking reversal of expectation. The rarity of the event. While lunar eclipses happen a few times a year, total lunar eclipses visible from a given region are rarer. The anticipation builds, making it a moment worth pausing life to witness. Shared human experience. Looking up at the same blood moon across continents unites people in awe. It is one of the few natural spectacles that requires no technology, no equipment, just eyes and curiosity. Connection to the unknown. Even with scientific explanations, the blood moon reminds us that the universe is larger and more mysterious than we often acknowledge. It stirs imagination, blending science with spirituality, myth with mathematics. Blood moons in the modern world. Today, blood moons inspire not only spiritual reflection, but also art, literature, photography, and even popular culture. Poets write about them as symbols of love or war. Movies and video games use them as backdrops for climactic events, often signaling supernatural occurrences. Photographers wait months to capture the perfect time-lapse of the eclipse, posting breathtaking images online. Astronomy outreach programs seize the opportunity to teach the public about celestial mechanics. Schools organize viewing events for students. Scientists measure atmospheric conditions by analyzing the exact hue of the moon's glow. The blood moon has thus become a bridge between ancient wonder and modern discovery. A cosmic mirror. When the moon turns red during a lunar eclipse, it is more than a celestial event. It is a cosmic mirror reflecting humanity's enduring fascination with the skies. For ancient peoples, it was a sign of danger, a prophecy, or a divine omen. For modern science, it is a predictable and measurable phenomenon explained by the bending of light. Yet, in both cases, it captures our imagination, pulling us out of our daily concerns and reminding us of our place in the vast cosmos. The blood moon, so named for its crimson glow, is among the most dramatic celestial spectacles. Its beauty is undeniable, but its deeper power lies in the way it bridges the gulf between myth and science, fear and wonder, antiquity and modernity. To stand beneath its glow is to participate in a timeless human tradition, looking up, questioning, and reflecting. The moon becomes more than rock and shadow. It becomes a cosmic mirror for humanity's hopes, fears, and search for meaning. The science of the cosmic mirror. Before diving into myth and meaning, we must understand the mechanics of this cosmic drama. A lunar eclipse occurs when the Earth moves directly between the Sun and the Moon, casting its shadow upon the lunar surface. During a total lunar eclipse, sunlight does not strike the Moon directly. Instead, it passes through Earth's atmosphere, which scatters shorter blue wavelengths and bends the longer red wavelengths toward the Moon. The result: the silvery moon turns shades of red, copper, or orange. This effect, known as Rayleigh scattering, is the same phenomenon that paints sunsets crimson and the sky blue. The Moon, in this case, becomes a distant canvas for Earth's atmosphere. In other words, the blood moon is not just a lunar event. It is Earth's fingerprint projected onto the heavens. Here lies the first dimension of the cosmic mirror. The blood moon reflects not only human imagination, but also the state of our planet. Volcanic eruptions, wildfires, or dust storms can deepen its red hues, reminding us of the fragile interconnections between Earth and sky. Science reveals the eclipse as both predictable and intimate, an event written into the geometry of celestial orbits, yet tinted by the breath of our own atmosphere. Ancient fears and sacred omens. Long before the physics of eclipses was understood, ancient peoples looked up at the red moon with fear, reverence, and awe. In their eyes, it was not a matter of refraction, but of divine drama. In Mesopotamia, a lunar eclipse was seen as a threat to kingship. The moon, sacred to the god Sin, was thought to reveal divine displeasure. A substitute king was sometimes placed on the throne temporarily to absorb the curse. The blood moon was a mirror of political vulnerability. In China, a lunar eclipse meant a celestial dragon was devouring the moon. Communities would bang drums, light fires, and make loud noises to scare the dragon away. The blood moon mirrored human struggle against cosmic chaos. In Norse mythology, the wolf Skoll and Hati chased the sun and moon across the sky. A red moon meant that Hati had caught it, wounding it. Should the wolves succeed entirely, the world would fall into Ragnarok. The blood moon mirrored humanity's fear of cosmic destruction. Among the Inca, the blood moon was believed to be the result of a jaguar attacking the moon. They performed rituals to drive the jaguar away, lest it descend to earth next. The moon's redness mirrored the violence and unpredictability of nature. In biblical tradition, the book of Joel proclaimed, "The sun shall be turned to darkness, and the moon to blood, before the great and terrible day of the Lord." The blood moon was not only a natural event, but a prophetic symbol, a mirror of divine judgment. Across these traditions, we see a common thread. The blood moon was never just a moon. It was a mirror reflecting human concerns, political power, cosmic order, divine justice, and the struggle for survival in a world full of uncertainty. The psychological mirror. Why did the red moon inspire so much dread and fascination? Psychologists suggest that unusual celestial events disrupt the sense of order humans rely on. The moon is usually calm, steady, and familiar. When it suddenly changes color, it jars the human psyche, sparking fear and awe in equal measure. The blood moon thus becomes a psychological mirror. It reflects humanity's vulnerability in the face of cosmic forces. It reminds us that despite our daily routines and earthly preoccupations, we live under a sky that can surprise, unsettle, and overwhelm. Even today, when we know the science, the blood moon still elicits strong emotions. Social media lights up with images, poems, and even conspiracy theories. Rational understanding does not erase emotional impact. It deepens it. The cosmic mirror reveals both our intellect and our imagination, our reason and our longing for meaning. The blood moon in history. The blood moon has not only inspired myths, but has also played roles in history. One famous example comes from 1504, when Christopher Columbus found himself stranded in Jamaica, facing hostility from the local people, who refused to feed his men. Columbus exploited his knowledge of astronomy. Consulting his almanac, he knew a lunar eclipse was coming. He warned the people that his God would show displeasure by turning the moon red. When the blood moon appeared as predicted, the terrified community complied with his demands. Here, the cosmic mirror reflected power dynamics. Knowledge of the heavens became a tool of control, a mirror of colonial manipulation. In other cases, lunar eclipses coincided with battles, political upheavals, or natural disasters, further cementing their association with fate and prophecy. The cosmic mirror amplified human narratives. turning ordinary struggles into cosmic dramas. The spiritual mirror. In modern spirituality, the blood moon has been reinterpreted not as an omen of doom, but as a symbol of transformation, cycles of death and renewal. Just as the moon dies in shadow and is reborn in red, humans too go through cycles of loss, change, and rebirth. The blood moon mirrors these personal and collective journeys, offering a cosmic metaphor for resilience. Shadow work. The eclipse brings Earth's shadow upon the moon. In psychology and spirituality, the shadow represents the hidden or suppressed parts of the self. Thus, the blood moon becomes a mirror for inner reflection, a time when buried truths rise into awareness. Collective unity. Because lunar eclipses are visible across entire hemispheres, millions of people witness them simultaneously. The blood moon becomes a cosmic mirror of shared humanity, a reminder that beneath our divisions, we live under the same sky. Astrological meaning. In astrology, lunar eclipses are times of heightened energy, emotional intensity, and revelation. A blood moon is said to mirror dramatic endings or breakthroughs, prompting individuals and societies to realign with deeper truths. The artistic mirror. Artists, poets, and storytellers have long used the blood moon as a symbol. Its haunting glow lends itself to metaphors of love, war, passion, and destiny. In literature, a red moon often foreshadows tragedy or transformation. In cinema and video games, it signals supernatural events or climactic battles. In photography, it is a subject of patience and skill, producing images that circulate globally within minutes. The blood moon mirrors human creativity, becoming a canvas for imagination across time and culture. A cosmic mirror for the modern age. In today's scientific world, we might expect the blood moon to have lost its mystery. Yet the opposite is true. Far from diminishing wonder, scientific understanding has deepened it. Knowing that the moon turns red because of Earth's atmosphere does not make the sight less beautiful. It makes it more intimate. The moon glows red because of sunlight filtered through the very air we breathe, through the sunsets and storms of our world. Thus, the blood moon is not just a celestial event. It is Earth projected onto the sky. It is a mirror that shows us ourselves, framed by cosmic grandeur. In an age of global challenges, climate change, political conflict, environmental fragility, the blood moon takes on fresh meaning. Its color depends on the health of our atmosphere. Its visibility reminds us of our shared planet. Its beauty calls us to pause, look up, and remember that we are part of something vast and interconnected. Standing before the mirror. The blood moon is more than a spectacle. It is a cosmic mirror. To ancient peoples, it reflected fear, prophecy, and divine will. To modern science, it reflects Earth's atmosphere and orbital mechanics. To spirituality, it reflects cycles of transformation and self-discovery. To art, it reflects human imagination and creativity. Each time the moon turns red, we are invited to look not only upward, but also inward. What does it reveal about our fears, our hopes, our unity, and our fragility? What stories do we project onto it, and what truths does it project back to us? In the end, the blood moon captivates because it does what mirrors always do. It shows us ourselves. In its glow, we see both the smallness of our lives and the grandeur of our connection to the cosmos. It is a reminder that the universe is not separate from us, but within us, written in light, shadow, and the eternal dance of earth, moon, and sun. The next time the moon turns red, stand beneath it. Remember the myths of dragons, wolves, and jaguars. Recall the scientists measuring light and the poets writing verses. Feel the tug of awe, fear, and wonder. In that moment, you will see not only a celestial body, but a reflection, a cosmic mirror shining back the story of humanity itself. As the blood moon fades and the night sky returns to normal, we are reminded of the cosmic dance that connects Earth, Moon, and Sunday. For skywatchers, it was a moment of wonder. For dreamers, a glimpse into ancient mysteries. And for scientists, a chance to witness the universe in motion. Rare events like these inspire us to look up, reflect, and marvel at the vastness beyond our world. If you enjoyed this journey through the eclipse, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more celestial wonders. Until next time, keep your eyes on the skies.